11 years ago, a guy by the name of David Ireland came to Abundant Life Fellowship Church. He later started a program called the School of Prayer, and 16 people from Abundant Life went up to be trained on how to teach this class. But there's three major things that he talked about in that class. Number one, select a time to pray. Number two, a place to pray. Number three, an agenda to pray. Since 2013, September 2013, I started with a time to pray. I pray. These are meetings with God. So it's not just regular prayer with God. These are prayers lasting 45 minutes to an hour and a half, about 2 to 4 times per week. So that's the time to pray. The place to pray, I prayed in my family room. And the agenda to pray is I bought a journal, which started in September 5th, 2013. And here, just write an outline, things of what I was going to pray about. This is what I heard from God. But basically, I would just write just different things that I was going to pray about. And then if I heard anything from God, then I would write it down. So that's what started back in September of 2013. Well, since then, I kept on going. So it kept on going. So I filled these journals till now. Although my schedule's gotten really tight, I still try to meet with God, as I call it, at least twice a week for about half hour, 45 minutes. This is 2020. Okay, this is after the pandemic. This is my current one right now. And as you can see, this is my agenda. These books right here is where about 70% of the sermons I've done since 2013 came from. It's from being in the presence of God. So make sure that when you are with Him, make sure you have a time to pray. You have a place to pray. And you have an agenda. Write down what you want to go over with Him about. Give an example with right here. Let's see if I can do this. As you can see, these are sermons I haven't prayed yet. So you may see some diagrams and things like that. This is just some idea of some of the things that God has placed on my spirit. And as I catch it, I call them downloads. That's just an idea to some of the things. The At the Cross sermon is actually in here that I preached a little while ago. If you see a solid thing like that, that's because it's something either I pray directly to Him, I'll write it down. But again, this is just what you go through. And as you are in the presence of the Almighty God, He will share with you things. Anytime that I would hear from God, there's another diagram. If it's a diagram, it's because it's some type of message from me first. I got to live it, and then later on I would put it to where I can preach it. Agenda. See where it says agenda. Agenda. Okay, let's go back. And you may see in here a date stamp. You may see this says 9:49 a.m. in the living room. And then I have that right there. Anytime when the Lord says something to me and I hear Him in my spirit, I always make sure that I time stamp it. And I notice that when I am a good steward of capturing what He's told me, here's another one right here. I think between 6 and 7. Let's see if I can get some more that's going on. Okay, these are all nothing but, here we go right here. Oh, wow, this is another one. He was talking, this is a healing prayer. He said something I wrote it down right there. He was really talking to me about what was going on right here. So anytime when you'd see, that's one right there. Anytime when you'd see a date stamp, again, this is all of what I heard in prayer and captured with Him. The more you spend time with God, the more you defend what you spend time with the Lord, the more you will hear from Him. You will learn how to hear His voice. Here's another one going further back. So all of these are just what I heard the Lord say to me over the years of being with Him. That is actually part of a sermon that I did. So again, you'd be amazed at the answers to prayer. That's another download. amazing answer to prayer that you will get just by being in the presence of God. These are all things that I had when I met with him. Another one where I mentioned about God's 3 personal trainers, possibility, impossibility, and nothing. That came in all of this. So I'm showing you this so that as you go through life, you make sure you defend the time to be with the Lord. It's during these times, again, that's another diagram. Anytime we see a diagram, that's a download for a message for me that I got to implement in my life, and later on may turn into a sermon after I'm living what he's downloaded to me. Now, these are pages and pages and pages and pages of what I had conversations with him about. And didn't count, but there's a number of books. But anyway, long story short, this gives you an idea of the prayer life that I found out that it is really great.